Hello everybody, welcome to all for this class. Today we are going to discuss about the part 2 session of this lesson, Nelson Mandela Long Walk to Freedom. So in our last class as we studied, we discussed so many things about the inauguration function. In that inauguration function, Nelson Mandela elected as the first black president of the nation, South Africa, and in the inauguration function, the explanation about the inauguration function was there, and how the people, how the different colors of people, how the different religions of people came there and respected each other, and the wonderfulness of teachings of there. So this has happened there, and today let us we move on to the part 2 session of this lesson. So in this part 2 session also there are lots of lot of wonderful moments of this inauguration function is this. And today let us we move on to the second part. Okay, yes, few moments later we all lifted our eyes in awe as a spectacular array of South African jets, helicopters and troop carriers roared in perfect formation over the Union buildings. A few moments later there was a wonderful spectacular scene was there. Spectacular scene was there. That is why people's heads raised up in the sky in awe, in surprise. People were surprised. Awe means surprise. Okay, people were surprised because in the sky, African jets and helicopters and troop carriers rode in perfect formation over the Union buildings, Pretoria. Okay, all the African jets and all the helicopters were in a perfect formation. It's looked like a wonderful and spectacular scene. That is where people stood up and showed their respect to the military. Okay, yes, it was not only a display of pinpoint precision and military force, but a demonstration of the military's loyalty to democracy, to a new government that had been freely and fairly elected. So it is not only a perfect formation of military, it is not only a pinpoint precision. Precision means perfectness. It is not only a perfectness of military, it is the respectfulness to the new government and also the democracy. It is the respect, they show the respect towards the democracy. Okay, yes. Only moments before, the highest generals of the South African Defence Force and police, their chests bedecked with ribbons and medals from the days gone by, saluted me and pledged their loyalty. So after moments before, all the military generals and military commandos, their chests and shoulders bedecked means here decorated with different colors of ribbons and different colors of medals shows their steps of the military situations, military states. Okay, yes, they are saluted President Nelson Mandela and pledged their loyalty to president. Okay, I was not unmindful of the fact that not so many years before they would not have saluted but arrested me. So I was not unmindful. So Nelson Mandela was unmindful because some years ago, the same military members, same military commandos would have arrested him, would have not saluted him. Okay, they Now they respected to the Nelson Mandela, not because of the because of he elected as president of this nation. Okay, yes. Finally, a chevron of Impala jets left a smoke trail of the black, red, green, blue, and gold of the new South African flag. Finally, a chevron. Chevron means V shape, zigzag shape, zigzag shape, like here, like this. All the planes, all the helicopters formed as a zigzag shape, and it was looks like very wonderful, spectacular scene. And also jets left smoke, different types of smokes, different colored smoke was there, and the jets left a smoke trail of black, red, green, blue, and gold, which is the new South African flag. All the jets smoke, leave the smoke with colored red, black, green, blue, and gold. So these colored showing the flag of South Africa. Okay, yes. The day was symbolized for me by the playing of our two national anthems and the vision of whites singing Kosi Sikilal, Africa, and blacks singing Die Stim, the old anthem of Republic. So the day was symbolized for me by the playing of our two national anthems. There were two national anthems were there. So two national anthems mean, first national anthem is white's national anthem, another is black's national anthem. So white's national anthem Kosi Sikelala E Africa, and black's national anthem was Die Stem, the old anthem of Republic. Although that day neither group knew the lyrics of the anthem they once despised. So black members did not know the white's national anthem, and also white did not know the blacks national anthem. They were confused. But they would soon know. But they would soon know the words by heart. Also, the days go by. They would soon know the words by heart. Okay, yes. One the day of the inauguration, I was overwhelmed with a sense of history. On the day of the inauguration, in the inauguration day, the president's the president's the president's president's president Nelson Mandela, sorry, President Nelson Mandela was overwhelmed with a sense of history. He went to the history. Okay, in the first decade of the 20th century, a few years after the bitter Anglo-Boer War, and before my own birth, the white-skinned peoples of South Africa patched up their differences and erected a system of racial domination against the dark-skinned peoples of their own land. See, he is overwhelmed. Overwhelmed means Overwhelmed means having a strong emotion towards the nation South Africa, and he moved to the history. What was happened in the history? Let us see. In the first decade of the 20th century. 20th century is the time between 1900 and 2000. This is the time of 20th century. In the first decade means 1900 and 1910. So this is the time of first decade of 20th century. Okay, in this particular time, one war was happening. What was name of the war? Anglo-Boer War. Anglo-Boer War means here, Anglo-Boer War means Englishmen versus African people. Englishmen versus African people, after the war completed, the white-skinned people of South Africa patched up their differences, erected system of racial domination. They started the apartheid system. They start to discriminate the people. They start to discriminate the people by their race, by their skin color, and this is the very inhuman thing. This is the very harshest thing, and also rash thing that have done by the white supremacy. White supremes and white members would have killed the thousands of black people without in the name of discriminate, by their race, by their skin color, and people were killed in the thousands and in a millions. Okay, this is the disaster. This is the harshest, this is the inhuman thing, inhumane and most inhuman societies the world ever ever known ever known. Now in the last decade, now in the first decade people suppressed by the discrimination, by the race, and people were killed and people were killed by this white supremacy. And it is the worst kind of inhuman thing. But now in the last decade of the 20th century, and my own eighth decade as a man, that system had been overturned forever and replaced by one that recognized the rights and freedoms of the people regardless of the color of their skin. So after that war, for so many years, people were suppressed by the apartheid system. People were discriminated by their skin and by their religion, by their different types of issues. But now, in the last decade, my own eighth decade means here 1990 to 2000 is called as a last decade. In this last decade, people people had got freedom. People got freedom, and this system, the system of apartheid, overturned forever. That system turned, that system overturned and replaced by one that recognized the rights and freedoms of all peoples. All peoples got equal rights and equal opportunities to grow themselves, and also regardless of color of their skin. People were suppressed by their skin color, and but now they got freedom. After they got freedom, there is no skin color discrimination. Also, the apartheid system is completely gone, he says. Okay, yes. That day had come about through the unimaginable sacrifices of thousands of my people, people whose suffering and courage can never be counted or repaid. So that day had come about through the imaginable sacrifices. So this this independence of the South Africa not only came without simple struggles. It came unimaginable sacrifices of thousands of his people. His people means South African black people. From the South African black peoples of thousands, the suppression, the suppressed of black peoples, and unimaginable sacrifices of thousands of my people, people whose suffering and courage can never be counted and repaid. So thousands of people were struggled, struggled, struggled by struggled struggled towards the independence, Their suffering and their courage can never be counted. It not be counted that, and also repaid. The people's sacrifices, we cannot repay that. We cannot repay that sacrifices. I felt that day, as I have on so many other days, that I was simply the sum of all those African patriots who had gone before me. That long and noble line ended and now began again with me. So I felt that day. He felt that. The President of South Africa, Nelson Mandela, felt that, as I have on so many other days, that I was simply the sum of all those African patriots. He is the sum of all African patriots. He is the sum of all the African patriots who had gone before me, who had gone before him, and all the freedom fighters were killed, and also that long noble line ended and now began again with me. So this black peoples were killed in lot, in the thousands. Their patriots, their sacrifices does not repaid, and does not came back. Also he says that I was pained for this. I was pained. He was very pained about this. And also it was not repaid. It was not able to repay. And also he was not able to thank them. He was not able to thank them. Thank to the freedom fighters who were died before him. And now he took as the president. He was not able to thank them. Also they were not able to see again, they were not able to see again because they were dead. What their sacrifices had wrought, their sacrifices is playing a lot of wonderful role in this country's freedom fighting. Yes. Sacrifices had wrought means here done and achieved. So lot of sacrifices had done, lot of sacrifices of the lot of freedom fighters had done. But he is not able to thankful of them because they were dead. The policy of apartheid created a deep and lasting wound in my country and my people. All of us will spend many years, if not generations, recovering from that profound hurt. The policy of apartheid created a deep and lasting wound. The policy of apartheid created lots of deep and strong wound to the peoples of black. Okay, apartheid system killed over thousands of people. Also, that system left a deep wound in the country South Africa, and also the people of South Africa. All of us spend many years, if not generations, recovering from that profound hurt. It is not possible that recovering the profound hurt, the lots of people hurt is there. It was not recovered. It is not recovered, but the decades of oppression and brutality had another unintended effect, and that was that it produced the Oliver Tambos, the Walter Sissulas, the Chief Luthules, the Yusuf Dadus, the Bram Fischers, the Robert Sobuquis of our time. So the brutality, oppression, and this hurtness of the suppression of apartheid, it produced the some wonderful persons like Oliver Tambos, the Walter Sissulas, the Chief Luthules, the Yusuf Dadus, the Bran Fischers, the Robert Sobuquis of our time. So men, these are the men of such extraordinary courage and extraordinary wisdom, means knowledge, and generosity, means their simplicity, their wonderful simplicity, their wonderful wisdom, their courage, that their like may never be known again. These persons' courage, these persons' generosity that are known, that never be known again. Perhaps it requires such depths of oppression to create such heights of character. So these people's depth of oppression that creates such heights of character. Okay, yes, my country is rich in the minerals and gems that lie beneath its soil, but I have always known that its greatest wealth is its people, finer and truer than the purest mind. My country, means South African country, Nelson Mandela says that my country is rich in the minerals. Minerals means some types of things available in the underground of earth. Minerals and gems. Gems means diamonds. South Africa and also African country, well known by by its gem, also the diamonds, raw diamonds available there. So African country, African continent, well known for its raw diamond. In the in the world, in the only in the African country, raw diamonds available in a huge site. Also also uh, but I always known that its greatest wealth, it is people. So it is the greatest wealth of people, finer and truer than the purest diamond. So people's quality is there. African people's quality is also very wonderful than purest diamond. Okay, it means peoples who lived in the African country, their caste is highest than purest diamonds. Understood? Yes. So it is from these comrades in the struggle that I have learned the meaning of courage. So it is from these comrades, it is from these comrades in the struggle. So in the struggle of in the struggle of uh, freedom fighting, that I learned, Nelson Mandela learned the meaning of courage. It means he got the meaning of courage in the struggle of their comrades. Comrades means friends. Comrades means friends. Time and again, I have seen men and women risk and give their lives for an idea. So I have seen men and women also fought in the against the apartheid system. They were killed and they were suppressed by white supremacy, and they are ready to give their lives for an idea. For an idea, I have seen men stand up to attacks and torture without breaking. They were ready to stand up to the attacks of white supremacy and torture without breaking. Simply standing up in front of white members, how much ever they have beaten, and they never stand up again, they never attack, they never break. Okay, this kind of energy is completely different thing. Okay, so it is happened. It is from this Nelson Mandela learned the meaning of courage. Okay, yes, showing a strength and resilience that defies the imagination. Showing us strength, a lot of strength and resilience. Resilience here resilience here, the ability to deal with hardships. Resilience means the ability to deal with hardships and also recover from its effect. Whatever that happens, whatever that happened to them, they were not too supposed to think out of this. Okay, they simply stand up there, and whatever the white men beaten them, so they just beaten up. They are not breaking their resilience. Resilience means is just this: the ability to deal with any kind of hardships. Any hardships came, don't don't think out of them. Simply stand up. This is the resilience. For this kind of act, there is something different kind of courage is needed. Okay, so this kind of resilience black people had. And also Nelson Mandela learned this courage from these people, from these wonderful people of South Africa. Okay, defies the imagination. Defies means cancels the imagination. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. I learned the courage. So he learned the courage was not the absence of fear, okay, but the triumph over it. Triumph means victory. Fear is not, fear doesn't go any kind of fear, but it has to triumph over it. It has to triumph. The courage triumphs the fear. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid. Who not feel afraid is not brave man, but who conquers the fear, that is called as a brave man. Okay, brave man is not only afraid of the not only afraid to the fear, so the fear, that man is called as a brave man. Okay, yes, no one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin or his background or his religion. Okay, no one is born hating another person because of their color, skin, background, or his religion. No one is born. No one is born hating the persons like religion, hating the person with because of the religion, because of the skin, because of the background. The people should not be discriminated by religion, by their skin, by their background, and by their different kinds of issues. People should not be discriminated, but no one can burn. No one is born. No one patched up the discriminate. No one born hatefulness of others. Okay, yes, people must learn to hate. People must learn to hate. And if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love. People 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 should be hate something. People should be hate something. This means people must hate the suppression. People must hate the discrimination. If they hate the discrimination, also they can be taught to love. They can also be taught to love. For love comes more naturally to the human hearts than its opposite. Even in the grimmest times in prison, even in the grimmest means toughest place. In the prison, there is a very toughest place in this world is prison. In the prison, all the members were there, were tortured by the police members, and this will happen, that will happen for nothing. Also, in the grimmest times in prison, I would see a glimmer of humanity in one of the gods, perhaps just for a second, but it was not enough to reassure me and keep me going. Man's goodness is flame that can be hidden but never extinguished. So there was a time when Nelson Mandela was in prison, So the situations happened to the black people. There was a god. There was a god in the prison. In the god, there is a humanity. There is Nelson Mandela sees. Nelson Mandela see a glimmer of humanity in the gods. For that, for that reason, he believed that there is no there is still humanity is there. There is still humanity is there. This reassured me, keep going. Man's goodness that cannot be hidden, that can be hidden, sorry. Man's goodness flame is a flame that can be hidden but never extinguished. Extinguished means it is not burn up. It is not burn up, it's just hidden up. Love, goodness is hidden quality. It is not shown, it is not extinguished. Nelson Mandela tells that. So this is the this is the class of today's. This is all about the today's class. So whatever the doubts of you must ask me. So in the next class we will discuss third part of this lesson. Okay, thank you very much.